Hello, and if you're watching, welcome to our Saturday morning, Friday night spiritual broadcast. Let me just prove that we are broadcasting from Scotland by playing our theme music countdown. Well, that may have been Scottish music, but believe it or not, I actually filmed it in Niagara Falls a couple of years ago. Okay, so if you have seen my wife and I do this before, then close your ears for the next couple of minutes while I just go through and explain what we're doing and how we do it. First off, a little bit of just sort of update news. We do two of these sessions at the weekend. Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday morning. It's 12:30 in Scotland, or just after. We do it at that an early hour in the morning to try and reach the United States, where I also work as a medium. Our main broadcast is 8:30 on Sunday, and we do get a lot more people on Sunday. Sometimes we get up to about 12, 15 people on a Friday, Saturday night looking for readings. we can get up to 30 people looking for readings on the Sunday. So that's also part of the reason why we're spreading out to do 2 events. I'll cover how we do readings in a moment. We do follow very strict procedures and we ask you to comply with that. Just if you're a regular, if you've seen us before, you'll see the graphics, they're new. Just had them done. We've also upgraded our StreamYard broadcast, so we're now broadcasting in high definition, whereas we used to just be standard definition. And we will be closing down over Christmas. Yes, we want a holiday. Sunday, tomorrow, UK time, will be the last broadcast we're doing for 2 weeks. So the next broadcast after tomorrow will be the 8th/9th, so that's Friday/Saturday, and then Sunday the 10th. So basically, we're giving ourselves a 2-week holiday. Okay, so if you want a reading, you have to type in the message that you want a reading. I don't work alone. I'm being chaired by my wife, Ying. She doesn't appear on camera, but she does all the chairing while I'm concentrating giving the readings. She's the person that's dealing with people looking for readings. We have a very simple way of choosing who gets a reading. Obviously, with small numbers, tonight everybody will probably get a reading. But if we get too many people, your name goes in a box, and this is how you get. Obviously, as I said, with small numbers, this is just practical. But if we get more people later tonight, they all go in the box, and that's Ying's hands. She was filmed about a month ago doing this. On the Sunday, we quite often leave people. We get more people asking for messages than we've got the time to do. I am also doing a slight change tonight. I'm going to give people the ability to overcome the time delays. Now, there is a minimum of a 10-second. Sometimes there can be a 30-second time delay. I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest. So this is an experiment tonight, but I'm putting a link up. If you have access to a camera and a microphone, if you click on this link, if you want to read, then I can bring you in real time to get a reading. So you'll be responding to me on camera. So bearing in mind that this is being broadcast, it's being streamed on a number of different locations, including YouTube. We're also broadcasting in Twitter tonight for the first time, and on at least two locations on Facebook. So obviously that any video reading you get is going to be live. But let me just put the link up. If you want to try it, feel free. Click on that link. There's instructions, how to use it, etc. Okay, so when I give you the reading, as I said, there's a time delay, unless you're going live, of course. With the time delay, if I give you, say, 3 lines of evidence, for example, I've got a man in his 50s, he was using a walking stick and he died of a heart attack. Don't come back to me and say yes, yes, no. Come back and say yes, man in 50s, no walking stick, yes, heart attack, so that I can go back and get clarification. It is very difficult to work with the time delay, keeping the connection to spirit and trying to keep the connection to yourself. So I'm not asking for information. I'm just asking for you to come back and give me a bit of feedback in terms of what I'm telling you about. Don't ask any questions. With small numbers, maybe tonight, then I might be able to give a bit more longer readings. But on a Sunday, for example, when I'm working, it really is get in, give the reading, get out to get on to the next person. I will do a prayer and a very short spiritual address that helps me to open up and get a deeper connection. That's pretty much about the way that we work. So I'm going to ask you all in a moment if you will please join me for the prayer. Okay. So let me just put up my video. Yes, we're all very dynamic. We have videos for prayers. Dear Father, Mother Spirit, thank you for bringing us together tonight. Please help us to open the door to the other realm. Please bring forward people that need readings. Please bring forward the spirits and help me to connect and keep the connection for the people that need the messages. And please let us all have a pleasant Christmas over the next 2 weeks. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so if you're not familiar with a spiritual address, it's very much like a reading. I'm going to open up, ask Spirit to give me a message that I can give to everybody. Hopefully, everyone will be able to take something from it. So, Ying and I were out walking earlier this evening. It was, I don't know, about 6 o'clock, so pretty dark here in Scotland. We were walking, country walk, very close to where we stay, close to the beach, and Ying took a picture straight ahead of a light lighting up, basically a night path. And it was a beautiful picture. And it was very much light at the end of the tunnel. And it was very pretty and awe-inspiring, etc. However, to get to the end of that tunnel with the light at the end of it, you have to think about it logically. You're going through a dark tunnel, and that tunnel can be very, very dark, and that can be very frustrating. It can be very scary, and who knows what can happen. But you still have that light at the end of the tunnel. So no matter how dark life gets, and obviously life at the moment is very dark, it's been one hell of a year for us all, just remember that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it doesn't matter how dark it is, you will get there eventually. Okay, so going to cross over into clairvoyance. Give me a few seconds just to open up, people. Okay, so I see that we've got somebody coming forward. So Mahogany, if you bear with me for a few seconds, I'm just going to bring you up live for a message.
Hi.
Hi there. Can you speak up a wee bit?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep, that's fine. I can hear you. Great.
Awesome.
Okay, so just a quick question. Have you ever had a spiritual reading before?
I have, yes.
So you know how it works then.
Yes.
Can I work with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mahogany. I've got a woman coming forward, quite elderly.
Okay.
She's got grey hair.
Okay.
Quite long hair, actually. I think she wears it up. She pulls it up to the back of her head. It's not white grey. It's sort of blackish grey and white grey. Age-wise, I would think she's in her 70s when she's passed. She's physically now that I can see you, she looks physically very much like you, but thinner.
Okay.
So if you can imagine yourself maybe 30 to 40 years older, sort of the cheeks are a bit into her cheeks are a bit sort of pulled in, if that makes sense. So can you recognize who this woman is?
It sounds very familiar. I've only seen pictures of her.
I'm sorry, can you speak up a little bit?
Is she the same complexion?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so I've only seen pictures of her.
Right. Okay. So but you do recognize who the woman is?
Yes.
From the physical description, because it's very much that makes sense when you say that you've only seen pictures of her, because it's very, very, I don't normally get such a clear visual picture of somebody. It's a very clear visual picture that she's given me, which would make sense if you've only seen pictures with her. She's not giving me anything about her personality or circumstances, how she died. I normally get more of that than the physical description. Okay. Right, so let's see what she's got to say for you. Something's going on in your life just now involving, it's not a disagreement, it's not an argument, but there is somebody that has a different opinion to yourself that you're having, let's call it a heated discussion. A
Yeah.
man. It's
Yeah.
a man. It's not a life or death conversation. It's not. You're not making decisions that are going to be life changing, but it is a heated. Whatever it is, it is getting. Like I say, it's not an argument. You're not shouting at each other over this. But I see the two of you. This may be symbolic, but I see the two of you sitting at a sort of circular table, a sort of dining room style table, and your sort of arms are like this, staring. You're sitting. I think it's symbolic. I don't think this is a real picture, but the two of you are sort of sitting like this with your hands up to your cheeks, or staring at each other. Can you understand what I'm talking about without
I
getting too
can.
public?
Yes. Yes.
Right, because obviously, remember, this is being broadcast, so I don't want to give too much away about your personal
Well,
circumstances.
it's okay.
Right, okay. He is not being 100% truthful with you.
Yeah.
Whatever the reason is for him taking, it's like the two of you are sort of going like that over the decision, different directions.
Yes.
He's not telling you the real reason why he's disagreeing with you.
Oh.
And you need to find out what his motivation is to understand why he's opposed to what you want to do.
Okay.
It's like you've been. I get this woman is sort of like making me think that you've been sitting, not understanding why he doesn't agree with you. Does that make sense?
It does.
You're sitting there. You're sitting. We've got a word. Do you come? Let me. Sorry for asking, but do you come from Britain, like terminology wise?
I do know a little bit of the terminology. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the word I'm going to use is you're feeling bamboozled as to why he's expressing the opinion that he's expressing. Do you understand what that means?
I do.
Right. So you're going to have to ask him. You're going to have to be very direct with him and ask him why he is arguing or why he's saying what he's saying. Because I don't think you're going to get a resolution until you understand why he's opposed to whatever it is you're talking about.
Okay.
But once you understand his motivation, I think you'll be able to come up with maybe not persuade him to your side of the argument, but you're going to be able to understand his reasoning, and you're going to be able to put something on the table. Like, I don't think it's a negotiation you're in, so don't take what I'm taking out of context, but you're going to be able to put something on the table that he's going to be able to say, yes, that's a good idea. Does that make sense?
It does.
Right.
It does.
And this woman also, do you have a tendency to be very hesitant about things?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
I mean, extremely hesitant.
Yes.
Right. She wants to tell you certain things like, coronavirus, etc. You have to be hyper. You have to keep up it's just common sense that she's giving you there.
Yes.
But as a sort of general rule for your life, be a little bit more risk-taking.
Okay.
No, she's not giving me any specifics.
I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah. Just basically take that on board.
Okay.
Can I leave you with that?
Yes, you can. That was very, very, very good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So maybe see you in a couple of weeks' time and come back on Sunday. Well, 8:30 UK time. So work that out for your own time zone.
Do you mind if I share you out on my Facebook?
Share me as much as you love, as you would like. I'm trying to build up a following. I do pay. I'll be honest. I'm doing this partly because the churches are closed, but also partly to get private readings. So please share me to the world. Be delighted. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was an interesting experiment, people, and it worked. If anybody else would like to try that without the time delay, just click back on the link. Okay, so Deborah, I'm going to come to Deborah Baxter. Deborah, are you still with us? Deborah, I have a man coming forward. I'm getting, yeah, a man who is in his, finding his age very difficult to place actually. I would say in his 60s, but he could be younger. Hello, Deborah. He could be younger but looks older, or he could be older that feels younger. I get the feeling that age was an issue for him when he was alive. He just didn't. I'm going to use the word confused. I'm actually confused. I get the feeling that he was confused about his age. Either that he didn't like people knowing his age, or he was very good at hiding it. Something about. Okay, he's got short, very light coloured hair. I mean, obviously, I can see your photo. It's not as light as your hair, but lighter than my hair. So light brownish, maybe even gingerish. Okay, let me see what else he'll give me. I get the feeling we're going back at least a couple of generations here. I think he's related to you on your father's side of the family. I don't think it's I don't think it's like a grandfather or anything like that. It's not, you're not a direct descendant of him. If you can think maybe of a great uncle, yeah, brother or uncle to somebody that like either your uncle or your great uncle on your father's side of the family. If it's not a blood relation, it's someone that you would think of as being extremely close to you. So does that help you, Deborah? Can you identify who this man is? So Deborah, can you identify this man as an uncle or a great uncle on your father's side of the family? Okay. Like I say, it doesn't feel like a direct blood relation. So a step grandfather, that would make sense for the feeling I was getting. Okay, right, Deborah. So let's see why he's coming forward. I suddenly want to take my hand and put it up to my face. So Deborah, can you understand just now something physical? If it's not yourself, somebody close to you, it's my left hand. I want to put it up to my face or my nose. I want to put my fingers up to my nose. I'm rubbing my nose for some reason. So Deborah, can you understand either you or somebody close to you, either the hand or the nose? It's almost, and I almost want, I've got difficulty breathing. I'm having to go like that all of a sudden to breathe. So Deborah, can you understand that for yourself or for somebody close to you? Okay, so broken nose. I don't know why they're bringing this forward, because obviously it's not, it's when I don't diagnose, but question for you, Deborah. Are you thinking about doing something regarding your nose? Medication, having it looked at, or is it giving you pain? I don't know what it is, but it's definitely your nose. I don't know. All I can give you, Deborah, is something about your nose beyond what you've said just doesn't feel right, or something you need to look at. Now, I don't diagnose, so I am not medically qualified to say go and have your nose looked at, and I think you're aware of it. But whatever it is, right, well, go and get that looked at. As I said, I don't I don't diagnose, so don't go panicking, running to the doctor. But you've acknowledged you've got a constant infection. Get the infection looked at, especially in, you don't need me to say this, the bloody obvious coronavirus, etc. With infections in your nose, people will misdiagnose that. So get that looked at, seriously. Well, I'm going to leave you with it. Maybe speak to your son. Like I say, Deborah, these are just short messages. You know the way that I work on these broadcasts. Something to do with your nose or your son's nose. Could be both, actually. You know the way spirit works. They sometimes give you something that's got a double meaning. So just investigate, deal with. If it's your infection, get it dealt with. Speak to your son, see if that makes sense. Now, I'm just going to make a quick statement here. Please, everybody, do not ask questions. I give messages. These are short messages. I'm just getting spirit to connect, evidence of who it is for proof of life after death, and very short messages. I'm not saying if there's somebody that you want to hear from that person won't come forward, but I am saying quite distinctly that with the time differences, it's very difficult to get deep messages. Now, I'm just very quickly going to put up the link again. Again, if you want to do what we did at the very beginning, then click on that link. You'll get a real-time message. So copy that into your browser, but make sure you've got a camera and a microphone, and we'll be talking in real time, so we won't be working through time delays. Okay, so going to come to Anne now. Anne Armstrong from Northern Ireland. By the way, people, feel free to tell us where you come from. That's the purpose of us doing it at 12:30 from the UK. We are trying to reach out to America, and it would be great to know where we're actually reaching out to. The further, the better. So, Anne, are you still with me? Coming with you to give you a message, Anne. Anne, I've got a woman coming forward. A younger woman, actually. I would say she's in late 40s to early 50s. I'm getting a feeling of sort of like 44, 45 up to about 54, 55, somewhere in that age range. She looks very much like you. Dark hair, dark graying hair. see her knitting, actually. So whoever she is, she loves knitting. So a woman, sort of mid-40s up to early 50s, dark hair like yourself, graying, very much looks like you. It's definitely a blood relation, whoever this woman is. And a heavy emphasis on knitting. I mean, I want to put my hands up and knit. Oh. Something about the way she passed as well. I get the feeling it was sudden, you know, like that. I'm not saying it's a heart attack, but she wasn't, you know, nobody expected her to be going. It was a very unexpected death, a sudden death. Could be an accident, could be a heart attack, but I don't think it was a sort of long decline in bed. Let's put it that way. So, Anne, can you identify who this woman is? So, Anne, can you understand who this woman is? So, Anne, you still with us, Anne? So, Anne from Northern Ireland, if you're still with me, can you understand who this woman is? So, Anne, are you still with us? Anne, okay. I'm getting the color blue. Something about the woman, she likes, I don't think it's religious. I mean, obviously Northern Ireland, green and blue have religious implications, but it's not blue as in religion. It's blue that she liked clothes. So, Anne, can you understand a woman? She's definitely related to you. She looks too much like you for it to be a friend. I'm not saying she wasn't a friend. I'm just saying that she is related to you. She may not, I mean, it may be somebody distant. It may be somebody in your ancestry, but you know who this woman is. If you think about it, she definitely knows that you know who she is. It's not somebody that's coming to the wrong. She's too much like you. I do sometimes open a message up to see if anybody else can take it, but not in this case. This woman, got your picture here, she looks too much like you. Going back to the way she died, possibly a car crash or, like I say, something very sudden. Okay, Anne, unless you can recognize who the woman is, I'm going to have to leave you to work out who the woman is. I'm just going to see why she's coming forward. She showed me a dog as well. Okay, so you can recognize who the woman is then, okay? And you currently have some sort of medium-sized dog. I'm not good with dog breeds. It's a very friendly dog. It would be sort of up to my knee height. So it's not a huge dog, but it's not a small dog. Either yourself or somebody very close to you with this dog. Get the feeling, something like an Alsatian. It's not an Alsatian. something like a Labrador. I'm not saying it's a Labrador, but it's that sort of shaped dog. So, and can you understand what this dog is to you? I don't think it's in spirit. I think the dog is alive just now. So, Anne, can you identify the dog? May not be your dog, but it's definitely known to you, or somebody close to you that has this dog. So, Anne, can you identify who this dog is? So, Anne, we do have a time delay. Not sure what the time delay is tonight. On a good night, it's 10 seconds. On a bad night, it can be 30 to 40 seconds. So, Anne, can you identify the dog? So, Anne, can you identify the dog or the person that has the dog? Right, okay. I don't know what it is about the dog, but there's something about this dog. Either the dog is in distress or the person that has the dog is in distress. Maybe think outside your box. Think maybe in your street, a neighbor. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the breed, but it's what it feels like. It's what it looks like. I'm not 100% brilliant in identifying the dog breeds. I'm going to take it from you saying it's a Labrador that you understand who the dog is then. I don't know if it's the dog or if it's the person that's associated with the dog, but there's some feeling of distress. So just go do some you may have to do some investigation. Identify the dog, identify the person with the dog, and just pay attention to them. As I said, there is something going on with the person or the dog or both. So I'm going to leave you with that, Anne. Now, coming to Lorna Spink. Lorna. So Lorna, are you still with us? Lorna Spink, are you still with us? Give me a hello, Lorna, if you're still with us. Hello, Lorna. Thank you. Okay, Lorna, I've got a man coming forward. You're welcome, Anne. So, Lorna, I've got a man coming forward who is quite elderly. I'm seeing him physically, so I'm finding it difficult to put an age on him, but he feels as though he's in his 70s at least, although he may be older than that. If he's in his 60s, he looks as though he's in his 80s. When he passed, he was very, very weak. I get the feeling he was possibly bedridden before he passed. Okay, so you can identify who we've got. Lorna, do you have I'm assuming this will date back to when you were with your partner. Do you have a jewelry box, a big jewelry box? I mean, something about that size. You see, I've got big hands, so I'm trying to fit them in the camera. A big jewelry box, and it's full, or it was full of lots of jewelry. I mean, it's piled up with jewelry. Can you identify this jewelry box, Lorna? So Lorna, do you have, or can you identify? I get the feeling I'm being shown a jewelry box that my mother. Right, okay. I'm being shown a jewelry box that my mother had, and it was actually quite. I mean, we're going back about 40 years here, because it got stolen. The house got burgled when I was a child, and they got away with my mother's jewelry box. And I mean, there was nothing mega valuable in it, but it was piled up with jewelry, and it got stolen, and there was a lot of emotional feeling. So, you left it, but that, I mean, obviously that makes sense, because the jewelry box that I was being shown was lost. But can you understand the feeling of loss? Silly, I mean, it's just jewelry. It's just a jewelry box. But can you understand the enormous feeling of theft or loss associated with that jewelry box? So, Lorna, does that make sense to you? Okay. Well, it's a message from your ex-partner. I don't know whether you parted on good terms. I'm assuming from the fact that you left the jewelry box that you possibly parted on bad terms. But he just wants you to know that, I don't know if sorry is, I get a lot of feelings, emotions, which are sometimes difficult to put into words. But I don't think it's feelings of sorrow or regret, but sympathy. Can you understand getting a feeling of sympathy from your ex-partner as opposed to sorrow? That's, if I could verbalize the way that he's making me feel, it's sympathy for you. Not you having sympathy for him, but can you understand him having sympathy for you? Right. Well, he's just giving enormous amounts of this feeling for you. And I hope you can take it, and I hope you can understand the meaning of it for you, Lorna. So I'm going to leave you with that, Lorna, from your ex-partner. So I'm going to have to take a couple of seconds to pull back from that. Now, just to repeat what I've already said, people, do not, when you're asking for a message, ask. Right. Okay, Lorna. Thanks for the clarification. You're welcome. So, as I was saying, people, when you're asking for a message, do not ask to hear from somebody specific, and do not ask specific questions. I'm not doing private readings. If you want to get a private reading from me and to try and make connections with specific people, that's fine. All I'm doing tonight is just connecting to the other side, bringing somebody forward, giving very quick evidence and very quick message. So, okay. Now, I'm just going to take a slight couple of seconds to get a wee bit of recharge my batteries. And I'm going to put up a very quick advert video. It's actually a Christmas present. I do a 2-week Scottish spiritualism introductory course, which includes a private reading, which lasts for an hour. You get a video recording of the reading, a 3-hour workshop that was filmed just outside of Lilydale in the United States in Fredonia in March. It's just basic introduction to mediumship spiritualism. You get to attend 2 circles where I have a group of people that will work with you, give you other readings, help you to open, help you to experience what it's like to actually make a connection yourself. And then at the end of it, you get a 1-hour, one-to-one training session. I normally charge $135, but for Christmas, I'm charging $75. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to recharge my batteries. Okay. Cynthia Brown. So, Cynthia, are you still with me? So, Cynthia, I have a woman coming forward, very fit. When she was alive, she put a lot of time and energy into keeping fit. And I think she was a cyclist. Hello, Cynthia. She was quite elderly when she passed, and I'm not saying that she was cycling as an old age pensioner, but she was very, very much keeping fit. I see her going out for long walks, but I think when she was younger, she's the kind of person that would go to the gym. She would be out running. As she got older, she'd be out walking. Hyper active. Generally good health. She's not somebody that would be smoking. Healthy eater. And I don't know what this is. I mean, I know you've put up a sort of Star of David emblem, but something about her bed being made of brass. I don't know if it's the bed, but it's like an old-fashioned. It's a very old-fashioned. The Walt Disney movie broomstick, bed knobs and broomsticks, the kind of beds that they were flying around in. For some reason, she's putting an image of that bed in my head. Now, I don't know if it's a literal bed or if it's a symbolic bed, but somehow you can identify this woman. If you can't identify her from what I've given you, there's something about that bed that you can identify her by. So, Cynthia, does any of this make sense to you? Do you know who we're talking about? Like I say, she passed quite elderly, very hyperactive, very, very much keeping fit. So, Cynthia, can you understand who this woman is? So, Cynthia. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a connection to that. Just give me 1 second. Cynthia, sorry. Kimmy, you only get a message if I tell you I'm coming to you. I put your name up because you were sending love. I was just showing you sending the love. So there's nothing to be confused about. So, Cynthia, this woman wants... Cynthia, can you understand something with your face? I suddenly want to go like this. Literally screwing my face. Now, I don't know if it's physical or I don't know if it's symbolic about something that... I don't think it's something symbolic. But can you understand something physical or painful about your face? I want to put my hand up this sort of area here. Chin, lower jaw or chin. So Cynthia, can you understand something physical? If it's not now, it's been in the past. Something physical about your jaw, your jawbone, your cheeks or your jawbone. So, Cynthia, can you understand that? I don't think this is your granny's jaw that we're talking about. I think this is our message, something about your jawbone. So, Cynthia, can you understand what I'm talking about? So Cynthia, can you understand what I'm talking about when my attention is being drawn to your jaw? Maybe your teeth, but it's not a tooth. I mean, I want to put... Okay, so it's more evidence of your granny then. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see what else she's got to say then. Cynthia, have you had something in the post either this morning or yesterday, or something that you're expecting tomorrow? A letter of some description. It's like an unexpected bill, but it's definitely something in the post. It may not be a bill, but it's that sort of type of accounting paperwork. A receipt or a bill. As I say, it's definitely been posted to you, or a bank statement. I can't actually physically make out what it is, but it's either just arrived or you're just expecting it to arrive. So Cynthia, can you understand what I'm talking about? I get the feeling if it's something that you've expected, there's something about it that's unexpected. So can you understand what I'm talking about? Today, yesterday, I mean, obviously you're not going to, I don't know if you get post wherever you are. I don't know if you get post on a Saturday. We certainly get post here on the Saturday. So it could arrive during, I mean, obviously it's now Saturday. It would be during the day now. So Cynthia, can you understand what I'm talking about? Either something that has just arrived. I could say it looks like a statement, a bill, a receipt, but there's something about it that's unexpected. Either you've just received it and it's unexpected, or it's something that you were expecting, but there's something about it that's taken you by surprise. So Cynthia, does this make sense to you? So Cynthia, can you make sense of this? So Cynthia, can you understand what I'm talking about, Cynthia? I'm not sure what the time delay is, but give me some feedback, Cynthia. Right. There's something about it. If you're not aware of it, it's either been unexpected, but there is something about it. Right. So it's not a receipt. They're asking you to pay for it again. Okay. So she's just giving you evidence of something that you already know about, but she's concerned about it. So don't phone them up and make sure that they know that you've paid it. Don't make the assumption that they know that you've paid it. Just get on the phone tomorrow, or obviously today's Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are. Get on the phone on Monday and make sure that they've recorded the payment. So I'm going to leave you with that, Cynthia. Now, again, I'm seeing people asking questions. Just to reiterate, do not ask questions. I'm not guaranteeing who's coming forward. So, Ashley, are you still with us? Ashley Wolf, are you still with us? You're welcome, Cynthia. So, Ashley, are you still with us? Ashley? Ashley, I've got a man coming forward that's quite a round face. I mean, I tend to think I've got a narrow face. In comparison to my face, it's a lot rounder. At some point in his life, he had a beard. He may have had a beard when he passed, but he's showing himself with a beard. Dark hair. possibly curly hair. So can you recognize? So A, are you still with me? And B, can you recognize this man? So Ashley, are you still with me? So Ashley, can you recognize who this man is? So Ashley, are you still with us? Ashley, are you still with us? Okay, Ashley, if I don't get confirmation that you're still with me, I'm going to have to ask the spirit to step back. So Ashley, okay, people, I'm just going to put the link up again. If anybody would like to go, we did this at the beginning. If anybody would like a real-time reading,
this is the top result.
Then you can click on the link I've just put up. You will need a camera and you'll need a microphone and you'll be on video as I give you the reading, but you'll be in real time with no time delays. We did one reading with this at the beginning, and if you saw it, it worked very, very well. So I'm going to be finishing up fairly soon, people, because it's 1:30. I've got enough time maybe to give one more live time reading if anybody wants to try it. So if you want to try it, do it now. If not, I'm going to be closing down very soon. Okay, well, Bridget, that's the link. You need to click on that link so that I can see your video feed. So, Bridget, copy that link into a browser or click on it. I'll give you a few seconds to catch up with me. Or Zoe, if the two of you want to click on that link, basically whoever gets here first gets the reading. If you're watching on YouTube, that's the reading, that's the link there from the https streamyard.com/4ysth54fte. Obviously, ignore the last bit of the word. That was the instructions. So whichever one of the two of you gets here first gets the reading. I'm only going to hold on for a few more seconds, ladies. I'm posting it one more time. Now it's showing up on Facebook and YouTube, so you should be able to see that. If you can't see that, then I'm sorry, I can't help. Let me type it. There you go. Someone else has copied it and pasted it. So either one of you, if you want this, come forward now. Or both of you. If the two of you can get that link and can get this set up, I'll do it. I'll do the two of you. Okay, Anne is making the connection. Hello, Anne. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, Mark.
Hello. Right.
Hi, Mark.
Okay, Bridget, I can see you. You've made the connection. I'll come to you next, Bridget. So just hold on. Right, Anne, give me a few seconds. I'm doing this in real time now, so I'm seeing it a wee bit. There we go. Right, I've got a man coming forward. The first thing he's drawing my attention to, he's wearing a hat. Very, very much wants to draw attention to the fact he wears a hat or a cap. He's quite elderly. I think we're going back a few years, at least a couple of decades. Short hair, very short hair, maybe slightly balding as well. Hearing problems as well. Or if not hearing problems, definitely something with the ears. So can you make any sense of this?
Not sure yet.
He had problems breathing before he passed. I go like that, take deep, heavy breaths. It might be smoking or it might be something like asthma, but very, very heavy breath issues.
Could be my brother.
I mean, I'm going like that. I feel as though I've gone out running for 10 miles and I haven't stopped running and I've had to sit down and go like that to get my breath back. Eye issues as well. I get the feeling it's more than just wearing glasses. Or it may just be that he didn't like wearing glasses, but my eyes are getting very strained looking at the screen.
Could it be carbon monoxide?
Yeah, I mean, I really am struggling to breathe. I don't know if that's what he's died of or if it's like a breathing condition, but I am seriously finding it very difficult to breathe. Okay, so let's see why he's come forward. Do you have any connection to tennis as a sport or an interest?
My two brothers do.
Right, okay, because he's drawing attention to tennis for some reason. Are both your brothers still alive?
Yes.
Right, okay, because this is something current. Let's see if we can work out which one of the two brothers it is. Is one of them about that much taller than the other one?
Probably one's a little bit taller, yes.
Yeah, I mean, like if you were to look at the two of them at the first sight, one of them is noticeable. No, I'm not putting an actual size on it, but he's noticeably taller.
Yes.
Right, that's the one then. Something.
Yeah, he has been having breathing problems.
Right. Okay. So it's him that's got the breathing problems then.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So it's not the person in spirit that had the breathing problems. Right. Okay.
It's not a smoker, but lung problems.
Has he had it properly diagnosed?
I don't know. I keep asking him. He went on antibiotics, but I think it's still there.
Well, to be absolutely clear, I do not diagnose.
Yeah, sure.
I am not medically qualified to diagnose, but the spirit has drawn attention to the breathing, and obviously they've given two bits that you can identify your brother.
Yes,
so,
and I'm worried about it. So
yeah. Well, go and kick him up the rear end and get him to get it looked at.
I will. Yes.
I get the feeling that it's not so much that it needs diagnosed; it's that he's not taking it seriously.
That's right. Yeah, he's not.
So I'm going to leave you with that then.
Yeah.
Go and just deal with that. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So coming to Bridget now. Bridget. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you take a young child, not a baby, but a child of 3, 4, 5 in spirit,
No,
Not
sir.
necessarily your child, but a child that passed between the
No.
ages of 3 and 5.
No.
Widen your thought process a wee bit. Maybe somebody close to you. Doesn't necessarily have to have been a child that's passed recently.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Get the feeling this is someone that's passed a long time ago. So look back in your family records.
Okay.
Maybe speak to your mother or your aunt. Do you have an aunt that's older than your mother?
I do.
Speak to her.
Okay.
Attention's been drawn to your aunt, and it's very, very, very specifically older than your mother. So go and have a conversation with her and ask her if
Okay.
she can accept a child that passed into spirit, aged between 3 and 5. I'm not finding it very difficult to say how old it was when it passed.
Okay.
Fully grown up now. Something about, can you take something with your left eye? I suddenly want to scratch my eye.
Not really.
Right.
I was hoping. I lost my partner Jane this year in a car wreck. I was hoping he would come through.
Right. I'm sorry, but as I've explained multiple times, I can't bring individual spirits forward. These are just short messages to give proof of life after death and short messages. If you want to book, if you want to get a reading like that, you really need to book somebody for a private reading. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Speak to your aunt. See if she can accept the child. Ask her about her eye. It may be her eye. And basically, if she can accept the child, just point out the child is now fully grown in spirit. And if she can identify, if she is having an irritation in her eye, now I know I keep saying I don't diagnose, but get her to investigate it, because I can't give that up. It's something about the left eye.
Sure.
Okay, I'll leave you with that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Hello, Zoe.
Hello.
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 Hello. So, okay to work with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you take a man in spirit, aged somewhere between 60 and 70?
Yeah.
Something about his feet. I'm not saying he had problems with his feet, but he shuffled or he walks with his feet in a very particular way. Like if you saw him coming, you would want to look at his feet the way he's walking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he had none feet.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Something about your head. Have you had some? Have you bumped your head in the recent past,
No.
or a sore head?
Had headaches.
So it's headaches, right? Okay. We're not talking about a mild headache. We're talking. I feel as though, if it's a headache, I feel as though I've gone like that to my head.
Yeah.
I don't suffer from migraines, so I don't know how to describe a migraine. But I feel as though I've taken my head and banged it on a wall. It's that level of pain.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Are you getting it treated?
No.
Right. Okay. Do you know what's causing it?
No.
Right. Okay. Well, I do not diagnose. So let's be absolutely clear. Don't go running to a doctor screaming that the medium said, I've got to come and see you. But investigate it. Sort out what it is. Because like I say, this man, it's the first thing that he drew my attention to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to leave you with that.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, people. So, with the people that are left, if you would please join me in a closing prayer. So, 1 second. So, dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you for coming forward. Thank you for opening the door to the other side. Please take the energy that we have generated tonight and please find some good for it. Thank you. Amen. Okay, people. So as I said at the beginning, my wife and I are closing down. There will be a broadcast tomorrow at 8:30 UK time, although that is a much busier broadcast. We usually get about 24 to 30 people during that one on the Sunday. We will then be closed down. The next Friday night, Saturday broadcast will be on the 8th, the 9th, and the next after tomorrow, the next Sunday broadcast after the holidays will be on the 10th. So I will just close you out with my Scottish theme music, and thank you for coming.